Welcome to the Sunday night live stream. Let's make sure we are live across all platforms before we jump in. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We got a full trading week this week. I'm gonna check YouTube first. Just got a notification from my YouTube saying that I was live, so that's a good sign. Before we jump in. All right, we're live on YouTube. We're good. Let's go check X. Says that I'm live. I'm not seeing on my profile. Let's see. There we go. All right, we're good. Well, I can see the live on my profile, but I don't see like the live stream to actually like or repost it or share it. What? What's going on? What up? What up? What's up, guys? Are we live on X? Dude, because I'm not seeing it come across on X for me right now. What the helly? What the helly boy? I can see it like on my profile, but I don't see like the post of the live stream on X to like share it. But there's also been issues on X recently with streams. So I don't know if I can share this stream right now. I don't see the post. Well, if you are watching this on X, please do like and repost the stream. I would greatly appreciate it as I cannot see it myself. So there could be issues across the platform for other people as well. So before we get started, please do like and repost the stream if you're watching it on X. I would greatly appreciate that. And then before we jump in, I'm going to look at the economic calendar real quick. And the earnings calendar as well. See if I can open up the live video and then share it. Oh, I can do that. There we go. Copy link. See if this works. Stupid X. There we go. Just shared it in Discord with that link. That's the only one that I can see. I just don't see like the actual post on my profile. So it is what it is. I appreciate you, Liv. Yes, if you're watching this on the YouTube side, please do go hit the like and subscribe button over there on the YouTube channel. Sometimes the stream is better on the YouTube side versus the X live stream. So if you're having issues on X, go over to YouTube. It might be better for the stream overall, and you might get better video and audio quality over there as well versus X. I know that's a common thing as well. So Liv says that we are almost at 2.5K subs on the YouTube channel. Let's go. Let's see if we can hit that tonight during the stream. So make sure you do go over to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, Casey Trade 777. It should take you straight to it. Appreciate you, Daniel. Thank you for. Yeah, that's the same one that I have as well. Hopefully people can find it. What's up, guys? All right, I'm not going to be on here too long. Going to keep this a little bit shorter. Probably 30, 45 minutes. I've already covered some of these charts. I'm going to quickly go over the ones that I've already shared out, but I do have a lot of things on watch. I have like 25 or 26 names on watch this week, and I'm not going to sit here and cover all of those different charts. I am also not too concerned with SPY, QQQ, or IWM right now. As to where they're sitting at because of the fact that we've just been stuck in this range right now. So the top of this range, bottom of this range, and your midpoint kind of right across this area right here near 690. So I know futures were taking a little bit of a dip earlier. It's currently ES is at 68.76, which means that it is near the low from 1130. Let me see. It's at the low from the double top on SPY from previous session, which is right here. So SPY currently overnight session should be sitting around 684, if I'm not mistaken, 685. Let me see, 684.8. So SPY is currently like here, near this candle right here of support. It's kind of where SPY is at. So again, I'm not too concerned with SPY, Qs, and IWM. I'll be honest with you, I'm not even going to cover them tonight. I've been doing nothing but day trading SPY, scalping the shit out of this thing, catching some really nice moves. On Friday, we caught 100% in like 20 seconds. It was insane. One of my fastest, if not the fastest 100% trade I've ever taken before. Um, but you just have this area of resistance, supply above, support, demand below, and midpoint just right around 690. So SPY above 695 and below, honestly, 698. I don't really care. And SPY is currently just sitting like right here, right now in the overnight session. So again, I'm not worried about it. X blows Wolf Space is always chopping like for a few seconds. Hopefully, Space Crew will full port to YouTube. Yeah, YouTube does seem to be a little bit better overall for the streams. So NVIDIA, again, I'm not too concerned on NVIDIA either. I have supply above, midpoint, demand below. We have been in this area since November of 2025. So we're going on like three months of price action on NVIDIA, just doing the exact same things over and over again. So some that I talked about earlier is going to be INTC. So INTC, this white line right here, this is going to be your daily 50 SMA. Actually, before I jump into hold on. Before I jump into charts, I missed two things: earnings and economic calendar. We need to cover that real quick. Earnings for the week. Let's go ahead and cover this real quick. Tomorrow before the open, Domino's Pizza. I know everyone's excited about those earnings. After the close tomorrow, Hims, Kratos, and Fang. Probably the two top ones are going to be Hims and Kratos. Probably Hims tomorrow after the close is the big one. Tuesday before market open, you have Home Depot, HD, Cypher, CIFR, and that's you got NRG, AMT, and DOCM, but that's nothing crazy. I guess the main one for that one's probably going to be Home Depot and Cypher. After the close on Tuesday, you have Zeta, ZETA. Then you have Kava. We have FSLR, AMC, Lucid, HBQ, Axon, Melly, TEM, and WDAY. So probably Zeta be the biggest one there. I know people are probably going to be looking at AMC just because it's AMC. I think it's still shit. So Wednesday, the biggest one of them all. Wednesday before the open, you have Lowe's, which reports right after Home Depot. So Lowe's will probably get a sympathy move when Home Depot reports on Tuesday. So keep that on watch going into Wednesday as well. But then Lowe's does report. And then TJX and Circle in the morning. After the close on Wednesday, NVIDIA, TTD, CRM, Snowflake, JOBY, IONQ, Zoom, and New. Lot of decent earnings. I think the top ones are probably going to be your NVIDIA, TTD, CRM, Snow, and IONQ. Obviously, the one that mostly everybody is going to be waiting for this week is NVIDIA after the close Wednesday. So I will probably be trading futures. I'll probably be staying on the live stream on X and YouTube with the Wolf Crew Wednesday. And after market close, be waiting for the NVIDIA earnings to come out, and I'll be trading futures if NVIDIA does get a decent move from whatever their earnings report may be. I'll be trading MNQ futures based off of that for the reaction. So we'll see. Thursday, before market open, we have Celsius, CELH, QBTS, Vistra, VST, EOS is a good one, TD, WBD, 4, Hertz, and Baidu. After the close, Duolingo, Rocket Lab, SoundHound, Dell, CoreWeave, Intuit, XYZ, Wolf with a U, Monster, Mara, and the Soldier Boy ticker, UUUU. Friday, it is a clear schedule on the earnings. So we have some decent earnings this week. And again, obviously, the big one is going to be Wednesday. Now, going into the economic calendar for the week, let's see. Monday, nothing crazy. Tuesday, we have a few Fed speakers. You got Goolsby speaking, you got Bostic speaking, Waller, Lisa Cook, all between 8 a.m. and 9:30, and then at 10 a.m. you have wholesale inventories and consumer confidence. Wednesday morning you have Barkin speaking right out of the open. That's about it. Thursday we have initial jobless claims, and then Friday we will have PPI and Chicago PMI after that. So a little bit of data coming in on Friday to end the week and a few Fed speakers before that. Other than that, nothing else too crazy for the week. So other than that, let's go ahead and jump into some charts. So again, INTC right here. Even just going back, looking left right here, you do have this area right here, and obviously this area that's kind of right up here. Both of these spots have caught decent reactions so far, and this has came back and retested for INTC, and then you have your daily SMA right here, and a nice little somewhat of a green hammer candle right here off of that. So it just had a move to the downside after coming back underneath this daily 9 and 21, even getting a rebound back up to retest that puts the stock at 46. So I think you can get a great little risk to reward for potential swing. Or again, going into Monday and Tuesday session, you could get 1 to 2 days just upside on stock. So just going from 44, maybe first target up there, 46, $47. Not a bad setup here for INTC for a relief bounce off this area right here after the move downside. So keep that one on watch. Same thing with Costco right here. So if you take the swing low from January and your previous swing high up here in February, your 50% retracement puts you at around 980. Your daily 21 EMA is also lining up right there with a higher low. So far you have this higher high, higher low, another higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So I would expect trend to continue. Risk to reward says looks good for longs to then push back up, at least go back up to equal highs, potentially make a higher high if it wants to continue that pattern, this trend that it's in. So again, daily 21 EMA, 50% retracement, back test and hold, small little green hammer candle off of that. I really do like that right here for Costco. So keep that one on watch. XOM for potential downside. I sent this one out earlier as well. I tried to play this one last week. It was a little bit too slow for me. It had a decent little move down, a pop back up, and then slammed straight back down to end the week. But closed red underneath the previous week, which is good after this overextension that it just had to the upside. And then your daily, there it is right here. So nice move down right here. Lost the daily 9, bounced a little bit, rejected for a lower high, just came straight back down. So, and you have a potential evening star setup right there as well, which is a bearish candlestick setup on your daily after putting in that lower high. And again, after putting in a lower weekly candle than the previous week. So keep XOM on watch. Last week we destroyed the banks, got absolutely paid on the banks to start the week. I swung bank calls from Friday, from this session here into the next week, and it was just 2 days of straight up action on the banks. They retested their daily 921 EMAs. This is almost across the board for the banks. Your JPMs, your Morgan Stanleys, your Bank of America, your Citigroups, your Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs as well, I believe. A lot of them all had a very similar setup right down here, hitting key areas of previous support, a little double bottom, and then came back up to retest your daily 9 and 21. They hit it, they rejected, they pulled back down a little bit, but still got a nice push back up afterwards. So JPM still looking good. Here's BAC. BAC got a nice bounce right here, came up, hit the daily 9, back tested, and then getting a nice push off of that. Also for BAC, you do have a weekly trend line right here that is continuing to hold. So keep banks on watch. Just watch XLF overall, the sector. Make sure you have all of these sectors right here highlighted. Um, if you don't have all of these sectors, let me know. Send me a message. I can send them to you via this watch list link. I can hit a button somewhere right here. Share list. I can share it. I can copy it. I can send it to you. I've made a tweet before that has all these in there. I could also send you this one right here if I wanted to as well. Um, keep your banks on watch. Keep XLF on watch moving forward into the week. A few other ones I do want to look at and cover. Pepsi, I think, can be a decent one. So Pepsi had a really good breakout here on the weekly. These lower highs right here, building up a squeeze, and it fired right here on Monday, January 26th to start the week, and it got to move straight up to volume point of control on the weekly and went straight up there, double top, consolidated a little bit, just pulled back down close to around 160 near daily 21 and is getting a nice bounce off of it. So I'm just looking for a potential continuation back up to 170 if Pepsi continues to show strength over 165. Going back underneath these two previous day lows, which are around 163, I would expect it to come down to 160 again. So I wouldn't want to stay long into that trade. So going long here at 165, risking both those previous session lows, targeting at least back up to 170, that puts your risk reward at 2.8. So almost a 1 to 3 risk reward trade potentially here on Pepsi. So keep this one on watch. This could be another week where your Amazon, your Meta, your Microsofts, your Apples, some of them are ripping, some of them are coming down, which is going to leave your QQQ relatively flat. We're not going to see 3, 4 days of continuation downside, making lower lows and lower highs. You got half a tech strong, other half tech weak. We're still going to remain in this range. And then obviously Nvidia earnings could be a nothing burger, could be something big to move the market. Who knows? But with that being said, keep an eye on these individual names. I love to look at the banks. I love to look at your cruise lines, your airlines, and then names like this, Pepsi and KO, the ones that not a lot of people are looking at. You can catch some really good moves and capitalize on these names. Their options move very, very well. They are not expensive whatsoever. They're very small account friendly, which allows me to have a lot more contracts whenever I trade airlines, cruise lines, and these individual names like Pepsi and KO and allows me to hold runners a little bit longer, and you can catch runners for 400-500%. So I really do like when there's setups on these names. So keep Pepsi on watch. Um, Watch the health sector. Watch UNH here as well. It had the earnings, freaking huge drop on earnings from like 350 down to like 300. And could be a little inverse head and shoulders. The main thing I'm looking at is this kind of rounded bottom, could just be a cup and handle, but I have this nice little rounded bottom, reclaiming the daily 9. And as long as it continues to hold and consolidate right here, maybe build that handle, this bull flag right here. But if it does start to break above the daily 21, get that move to 300, it does have gap fill potential above. Obviously, I'm not looking for a straight shot above it, but getting a nice cup and handle right here, catching the breakout up to 300 can be a really, really good move on UNH. And then if it does get like a break in base over that 300 area, and then start to cruise up a little bit higher, that can be something on watch as well. So keep an eye on your health sector, which is going to be XLV. And if you do see strength over an XLV, then go over here and look at UNH, right, and see what UNH is looking like right now. because currently with where UNH is setting up and looking at on the chart, I think it does look decent for upside. So if you see some rotation over in healthcare and positive move to the upside, and that sector is being relatively green, then just change your chart over to UNH and see how that's looking, and watch the move above this 295 area and get that move up to 300, breaking base over that. Just know that you do have a gap above. So could be a decent risk to reward trade there on UNH for potential longs. One really strong sector right now that not a lot of people are looking at, I believe, is actually communications. So has anyone looked at Verizon recently? VZ. Look at this chart. Ever since its earnings, like 3 weeks ago, this stock was at 40 bucks. It just hit 50. This thing's up like over, 20% right now. Verizon's absolutely looking amazing. So T-Mobile, TMUS, also had a really positive reaction on their earnings. Got to move up here to this volume shelf, just pulled back down. There is a small gap right here bouncing off of this like 212 support in the daily 9, looking decent. But outside of all of that, the other one, T, which is T-Mobile, or not T-Mobile, Jesus, AT&T. TMUS was T-Mobile. So very similar move. All of these had big reactions and continuation higher after their earnings. I don't know how a lot of people, if I missed it, I missed this entire move on all of these names. I mean, this was absolutely incredible. This thing was at like 24 bucks and it just almost went to 30, and Verizon went up 20%. So your daily volume point of control right now is around 27.6, and you'll see that even after earnings down here, it kind of put in a top right here, came back down, consolidated, hit right here, and then they ripped straight through it, right? So this rejection consolidation right up here, this where the exhaustion was, and then consolidation leads to expansion. This was nothing more than a back test of where that expansion was at after the first area of consolidation. Usually, this is where I look for the SR flips, right? Resistance, breakthrough, retest, support. Now let's continue higher. So, looking at the chart right here, this is a very high volume kind of traffic area. Zoom out, look left, and then up here as well, you have some resistance, right? And that's what it previously just rejected, is that resistance right over there, back from June of 2025. So it's going to put around 29 bucks. So holding above 27.50. If communication stays strong this week, I mean, still holding above, 27, we'll put it down to 27.50, targeting back up to that equal high right there. That puts you at a 2.5 risk to reward. So a 1 to 2.5 trade, it's always good in my book, risking 100 bucks to make $250. Looks great. And that's just to come back up and hit the equal high. And then if runners, can go even higher than that, even pushing closer to 30, that's going to put you at a 4 to a 4.25 risk reward trade by that point. But yeah, keep communications on watch. So again, go over to your sectors and type in XLC. Even looking right here, look at the sectors from last week. Look at the change percentage wise. Look what the strongest one is out of all the ones that start with X right here, right? The strongest one out of all of them was, in fact, XLC in the previous session. So if communication stays strong, keep an eye on AT&T, ticker T, for a hold above 27.50 to get a move closer to 29 bucks. Um, I'll go ahead and throw this one out there. Airbnb. So Airbnb, there's a lot of support that's right down here. And I wasn't going to show this chart, but you guys are getting lucky. So keep an eye on Airbnb. There's a lot of support down everywhere it gets to about this area right here. Now, if it starts to get above 130, I really do like this for a big breakout. And the reason why I say big breakout is, one, every time these lows were tested, we got some decent reactions off it. Pop back up, went from 117 to 130. Cool. Came back down. It did it again. Came back down to 114, 113, and it went all the way to 140. Right now, it just pulled back down, went to 115. But none of those dips ever formed this candlestick pattern right here. This is potentially a Morningstar reversal on a weekly chart. This is one of the top things that I look at in the market when I'm looking to go long something or swing calls, is looking for morning stars on higher time frames at the bottom of a downtrend or at areas of key support. It has shown that this is obviously a key area of support ever since August of 2025. And now it just put in this morning star reversal. So going over to your monthly, this thing has been consolidating for a very long time, right? And it is in a monthly squeeze. It has been in a monthly squeeze since August of 2024. It never fired downside, red on the histogram, and it's now moving up. And these bars are going yellow, which is a good sign. Has not flipped bullish. It needs to go light blue. But your MACD as of right now is back positive as well. So long bottom wick here on this monthly candle. I really do like this weekly setup with this Morningstar reversal. So I would not be surprised if you do see a move up here just briefly above, 130, 132, 132.50, pull back down, SR flip this 130, and then just straight rocket launch off this thing to go to the top of the zone. And I think if it does test this top of the zone right here and it does not get instantly slapped back down, I think the setup that's currently right here with this Morningstar reversal on the weekly could be the setup that takes this thing higher, to see this thing potentially go back up here to the 160s, pushing even 170. So keep this on watch. I know a lot of people are talking about the World Cup coming up. That can be a very positive thing for Airbnb during that time. So could be positive for the stock. A lot of traffic over there within Airbnb that can be positive. So keep this one on watch. This is probably over the next few weeks. This is going to be something that I continue to keep on watch as long as this current support and this Morningstar reversal stays intact. So keep that one on watch. Um, again, I have a bajillion different charts I could cover. The daily again looks pretty good right here as well. Nice bounce off the support. And this was a really nice big green candle that just closed over your daily 9 and 21. So essentially, you go here, just hit these lower highs. It just got the breakout that's right here, looking for essentially that. In a perfect world, this is what I get on Airbnb. So keep this one on watch at the top of your watch list right now. Um, don't really talk about this one too much either, but Berkshire Hathaway, BKR, BRK.B. Okay, on TradeView. You have potential bull flag right here with a nice daily bullish green hammer right here at the bottom of the flag, which is always good because instead of waiting for the flag to break out, right, and then either getting it on the retest or getting the break of it up here to take this thing higher, looking to actually go long at the bottom of the bull flag during this area of consolidation increases your reward and lowers your risk for the trade setup, because obviously if that continues to play out later on, say for the breakout here, goes a little bit higher, comes back down, SR flip, and then pushes higher, right? A lot of people are going to be looking to get in up here. But with the way the setup is down here currently, you can risk that daily low, even targeting back up to the top of that bull flag, right up here, at least at this previous high. That already puts you at a 1 to a 1.5 risk to reward. So you're already in the positive right now, even for hitting first target, the top of this near this bull flag right here. Even if it puts in a lower high or hits that equal high and rejects, you still caught a decent move to the top of it, and maybe this isn't this. It's all about timing, right? You can be right on the chart technical analysis and catch a part of the move, but if it's not the right time for the stock to get that breakout on it, then it's not the right time. You have to keep it on watch moving into the future, right? Because the setup is still there, but it can reject and come straight back down and then hit the bottom of the bull flag again, go back up and just, reassess and do that again. But for, this chart right here, just speaking positive, going long down here, and if it does not reject, and this is the time where it finally does break the bull flag and get up higher, even coming back up to that area right up here, right? These highs, obviously this will be clear area of resistance. Drag that over. That puts your risk to reward on that trade at a 2.89, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and round up to 3 because, again, I want to be positive. So potential 1 to 3 risk reward trade right now on Berkshire right now. So even again, coming back up to hit the top of the bull flag, it's positive. If it gets the breakout, it's even more positive. And then if it continues to get continuation after a breakout and retest of it, then obviously that increases your risk reward even more. Going to the top of the box from those previous highs, that does put you at a 1 to a 3.23 risk reward trade. So keep this one on watch as well. We already talked about the banks, talked about UNH, talked about Costco. Let's see. I don't want to cover that one. Don't want to cover that one. Talked about Pepsi. Let's see. Talked about AT&T. You guys are getting a lot of good ones tonight. Um, Continue to watch the banks. Watch WDC for a potential breakdown if it shows any kind of weakness. Um, you guys got XOM as well. Potential downside if it pulls back. I mean, we've already covered a lot of charts. We've only been going for half an hour, but we've already covered a decent amount of good setups. Let's see. Not sure how many more I want to cover. Gotta leave some for the squad, for the team. I'll cover one more. Um, Dumpster diver trade, because I haven't talked about a dumpster diver trade. We'll cover two. Two dumpster diver trades. All right. Two dumpster diver trades. First one's Lyft. All right. Keep Lyft on watch. Coming back down to this monthly low that's right here. Look at your weekly. All right. Big reaction that happened back here after earnings, right? So it's around 13 bucks. Big reaction on the stock, ripped it upside. Now just had earnings again, but downside. So essentially the opposite of what happened over here, hitting the same spot, but holding and bouncing. Go to your daily. This is what it looks like. Right here, earnings comes out, it sells lower, comes back down, hits that support, stalls sideways for 2 days. I always tell people after earnings, do not touch the stock for a week. Don't touch the stock for a week. You're just asking to get your ass handed to you 9 times out of 10. And now, whoa, my light. Ah, it went to voice. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry. So that's the sound of the police. So it consolidated for a few days, and now it's starting to get a pop back up and going to 14 bucks. It's not even as daily 9. The gap starts around over 15. Daily 21's at 15.6. Top of the gap takes you to 1650. So looking at lift right here for potential just relief bounce off this area of support again. It's a really tight risk reward trade going long, closes underneath, at least targeting even half gap. Half gap puts you probably around here, about halfway up to that full target. That puts you at a 1.7, but even just getting up there on a full chart, I mean, that puts you at a a 1 to 3.15. So it's not bad. But just coming back up at least to test the gap that already put you at a 1.15, which is good. So as long as it continues to hold this support, looking for buyers to step in off this weekly area. Again, previous price action shows this was a nice key area of support. Stock held and got a nice move off of that over here. Not saying it has to happen again, but until it's proven wrong, then I just look to do the same thing over and over again until I'm proven wrong. So last time the stock was here at 13, it went to technically went to 23, pulled back down to 19, then went to 25. So stock almost doubled from here to here. But obviously, you can see that this will be a kind of a high traffic area of resistance. So again, just looking to come back up into that area. Risk reward, I think, is there for a decent swing um, for a dumpster diver trade on Lyft. Last but not least, potentially least, because it is a dumpster diver trade, very similar setup is going to be Take Two interactive software. Um, so weekly had big area right over here, big green candle, rip straight through it. So resistance, resistance, big rip through, breakout retest, big reaction. That means this is a very key area on the stock. Very key area on the stock. This is what I look for again, SR flip, same thing that I was talking about in the previous charts. And then stock gets a nice positive reaction continuation after that area was retested and held. It is doing nothing more than retesting that same exact area. It got a decent reaction. It did go back up to like 213, pulled back down, still closed and held above it, and then started to go up a little bit higher. So I still think there is opportunity there for potentially a higher move on it. Dadgummit, it did again. Whoop, whoop. So as of right now, it's rejecting the daily 9. So it's been under the daily 9 and 21 for a minute now, but since the end of January, just straight red candles, little bounce, reject the daily 9, came back down, bounced up, reject the daily 9. So if it can get some kind of daily closure above the daily 9 EMA here, and then continue to hold this low, and then just put in some higher lows, looking to go long right here and not even have to risk the big low down here, because if it breaks above the daily 9 and starts putting in higher lows off of that, and you can draw a trend line right here. If it takes out the previous daily lows and it no longer is holding that higher low daily trend line, don't want to be sitting back into a long trade, consolidating back down here. I'll wait to see if buyers step back in, push it back up, do another positive bullish setup, and then go again on the trade. But so essentially looking around 204, 205. So if it can close around 204-ish area, and then I can risk probably 197, right? So I can go long here. I can even give myself room to add down here, but closing back underneath that is a no bueno. Even targeting back up to your daily 21 and this previous high up here, that already puts you at a 1 to 1.2 risk to reward trade. So it's still positive, but obviously we're looking for a decent move based onto the weekly chart, at least to come back up to these areas right up here, which puts you at a 1.25 almost risk to reward trade. Just getting back up to these areas right here of that retest, which will line up with your weekly 9 EMA as well. So that right there is a 1.26 risk to reward right there. So could be another dumpster dive trade setup right here on TTWO and Lyft. So keep those two on watch. But I'm not going to cover any more. We covered a lot. Pepsi, XOM, the bank names, UNH, Costco, Airbnb, INTC, um, Lyft, Berkshire Hathaway, and T for AT&T. So we covered like, I don't know, what was that, 10, maybe 10 different charts. So I'm going to leave it there for the night. I appreciate everyone tuning in to the live stream. Someone said thoughts on EOS chart. EOS has earnings, so I think their chart's almost irrelevant, but we can look at it. Looks like shit. Let's go to the weekly. Looks like shit. Um, it's in a squeeze to the downside. MACD's bearish, RSI is moving lower. If it wasn't having earnings, I'd be full porting in a short, or hope that I'm already in a short based off of this freaking chart right here. This chart right here, I don't know if Ryan, uh, Emperador Maximiliano is watching this, but if he was here, he would tell you right now, he'd be like, "Ain't that a bat signal?" We call this the bat signal, and usually it goes to the gulag. So, because it looks like Batman. So these long upper wick candles right here, the pull back down, and then the sell off. And again, you have this squeeze right here that is forming and moving to the downside. That is very, very, that's just bearish. Ain't nothing bullish about this chart right now. So I know they have earnings coming up. Maybe catch an earnings drill, you know, move lower. I mean, you could see this thing go back down to $8. You can get crazy and say six. I don't know. I think $8 be a decent target. He's coming back to, where's eight? Where's $8? Somewhere around here. I think $8 ain't out of the question. So overall, the chart looks, yeah, your weekly chart. There's nothing bullish about this chart right now. So maybe they produce positive earnings, and I think everyone has seen this within the last 2 weeks. Just because a stock reports positive earnings does not mean the stock moves in a positive way. I think we can all agree on that. Um, just because a stock has good earnings does not mean it should and needs to go up. Absolutely not. Stock can do a double beat on revenue and EPS and sell off 5%. A stock can also do a double miss, have terrible earnings, and stock could be green after close or go green the next day after reporting terrible numbers. We've seen that happen countless times in the last 2 weeks, right? So, um, just because you think they're going to report good earnings and maybe they do, doesn't mean the stock's going to go up. And then you're going to be like, why'd I even take this trade? Now these premiums going to be down 90% tomorrow, and they reported good numbers, but the stock's selling off for whatever reason. I don't know. The market's rigged, right? That's what you're going to be telling yourself. Um, so, but for EOS potentially leading up to their earnings, you might be able. How many days you got? It's on Thursday. So you got, 3 days ahead of that of price action. Who knows? You see the stock continue to sell off. Who knows? Maybe that weekly squeeze fires downside for the next 3 days before earnings comes out. It's always a possibility. I'm actually going to keep EOS on watch now that you said that. I'm going to go ahead and add it to the watch list, and I'm going to put a little red flag on it right there. I know you guys can't see it, but here, let me redo my list. Whoopsies. There we go. There it is. No, look, now I got EOS on the watch list right there. Put a little red flag on it. We'll watch it. Hims, I mean, Hims has earnings as well. Again, I think the chart could almost be irrelevant. It looks like absolute shit. So the same setup that was just on EOS was right here on Hims. Huge upper wicks, wicked up, came back down, wicked back up, came back down. Weekly squeeze to the downside, bearish RSI, bearish MACD. It fired downside. The stock went from 35 and is now sitting at 15.6. That is not good. So, Hims looks like shit. The chart played out to the downside. Ain't no buyers in sight right now on Hims. There's a small gap fill above the $21. You could see this thing come all the way back down to freaking 13, and hate to say it, you can see the stock go to 10. Again, they have earnings, so I think the chart is not so much irrelevant, but your chart technical analysis I don't think really matters when it comes to earnings. Doesn't matter if there's a bull flag, bear flag, head and shoulders, a specific candlestick setup going into the earnings. Don't really think most of that really matters. So, but I saw someone say path. Who said Path wants to curl up? I don't know. What chart? Are we looking at the same stock there, my friend? I don't know if we looking at the same chart. I don't know if we're looking at the same chart, my friend. It said Path wants to curl up. I don't know. I think Path is curling down. It don't look good. It's at it. It needs to bounce. I'll tell you that much. Doesn't mean it's going to, but I'll tell you right now, it needs to bounce. It's coming down to. I mean, the stock's almost at an all-time low. I mean, it's got to bounce at some point in time between $10 and zero. But that weekly chart don't look good. Like here's the monthly for the overall stock. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it wants to curl back up, but is this is a dumpster diver trade. You see buyers step in. I mean, you get a little dumpster diver trade that kind of faked you out right here a little bit. You had a nice little green daily hammer, went back up to the daily 9. They instantly slammed it straight back down and broke that previous day low afterwards with continuation to the downside. I don't know. Stock can go down another 10% before it bounces looking at this chart. If it wants to come down to these lows, we'll see what they got earnings Wednesday, March 11th, it says. So, what's up? You analyze so fast. It's just looking at the same things over and over again. I saw someone say bull. Um, I don't know why people trade this name. I love Weeble. Don't get me wrong, I trade on Weeble, and I will live and die on that hill that I love Weeble as a brokerage platform. But the stock itself, I've told my members in my Discord that constantly are talking about bull. They're like, I'm in bull, I'm in shares, I'm in these leaps, I'm in these calls, this piece of shit stock, why can't it just bounce, blah, blah, blah. And I've said the same thing every single time. Not financial advice. Close that shit. Get out of those trades. Um, I don't know. I don't know why people are so interested in bull in trading it. Um, the again, Webull brokerage. I have very minimal issues with trading on Webull. I think it's great. Other than that, everything else about it is it's it's shit. It's called bull for a reason. This is bullshit. It's the stock is bullshit. Look, it says it right here on the screen. Look, it says bull. Look, there you go. Look, there it is. Bullshit. That's what it is. That's what this stock is. I don't know why people want to trade this thing. I don't I see all these people talking about like squeezes coming up on this thing. Like it's gonna go to like freaking $10 and then $20 from $5 or $6. I'm like, why? What crystal ball are you reading and rubbing right now that's telling you that? Because there's nothing else that I see ever when it comes to Webull as a stock that's gonna send this thing any higher. Also, their customer support is absolutely terrible. I hate it. I hate them so much. It's terrible. I've never had any help anytime I've ever had an issue on Webull, and I've only had to reach out to them over the last like 3 or 4 years, like 3 or 4 times. That's not bad. Once a year something goes wrong, you got to reach out to them. They tell me the same thing every single time. It's not their fault. Um, but their customer support is a reflection of their stock. I'll put it that way. Weeble's customer support is a reflection of their stock. They're both shit. So, but I trade on the platform and I love it. So I'll give that to them. It's better than Robinhood. I would never put any real money on Weeble. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I don't like, get away from that thing. Get away from that thing. Pepsi, such a beautiful stock. All right, guys. I've just been hanging around. I don't know, just hanging around for the last like 10 minutes. We covered a lot of charts. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. to the live stream. Appreciate you guys. I'm not sure if it ever went on to X. Hopefully, most of you guys. I actually see a lot more people on the YouTube side this time within the comment section. So it looks like a lot of people are on YouTube. Um, See, and I still don't see it on my X profile. I do not have a post for this live stream right now, which means there's probably not too many people that are attending it. So it is what it is. For the ones that were able to attend this session, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you do like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free to do so. Someone let me know, what are we at? We're almost at 2.5K subscribers on YouTube. Let's go. Hey, we're at 2.49. Let's go. It'd be cool if I would have hit 2.5K like right now. You see 338 people watching on X. Yeah, that's low. We're usually at like 1,000 because usually we have like 15 to 1,700 people that tune in overall on the stream for X. And I just checked as well. Gosh dang it. Look, just tech glitches all over the place. So the fact that it's only 300 and something, yeah, it's not even freaking close to our normal audience. Again, I can't even see it on my end. So someone said X is glitchy though. Heard the mobile version of X is screwed up. Got the notice on desktop. Oh, so that makes me feel better because 99% of our audience is always on their phone listening to our spaces and watching our live streams and looking at our post. Not too many people are actually on their desktop or at their computer listening and watching and doing all these things. 90, I would say, percent of the people are on the mobile app. So the fact that that's having an issue screws up everything. So it is what it is. But I appreciate the people who are on the YouTube side. We're almost at 2.5K subscribers. We're also almost at 50,000 followers on X. We're at 49,723. Can I get 300 more followers on X? Can I get less than 100 more subscribers on, not even. I need like what? I don't, well, YouTube doesn't really tell me. It just says 2.49K. So we're only a few people off. You had to go to your profile, then click yeah, that's the thing. People have to go to my profile, click my little icon, and then it pulls up the live. But usually there's a post like for the live stream on X, and you can click on it, watch it there, but you can also like it, repost it. You can do a comment section on it. Yeah, I was on X but could not comment. Yeah, it's gone. It's not on there. There's no actual post for this live stream to like, repost, comment, share, or anything. You have to click on my profile, and then there's a broadcast link that I can send out. Like, I don't know. Someone tag Elon and tell him to fix this shit. So, all right, guys, that's it for me. Um, Love and appreciate you guys. Here, you know what? Before I go, let me go ahead and do this real quick. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a few more of the KC50 codes for our premium Discord team. So again, I appreciate everyone watching the live stream tonight. For the ones that are in the premium Discord, I'll see you guys live in the morning on the premium Discord live stream trading for the week. Last week, we had a really, really good week. I went 6 for 6 on SPY. I went 5 for 5 on the banks. I then took DraftKings for 40%, and then I took American Airlines for -9. And then everything else was green. Futures absolutely fucking crushed it. We had a really, really good week last week, and I kept things light and small because it was a short week. But we started the week off with a banger, and then we just hit SPY every single day over and over and over again. So we absolutely crushed it. is not only myself in the premium Discord, I do live stream and live trade, live teach, and do everything over there. Yes, I'm a guest speaker on the Wolf Financial X Spaces and YouTube, but actually live streaming, live trading, engaging with everybody, calling out everything that I'm doing over there in the Discord. Myself, my futures analyst over there, absolutely crushing it. I have other alert analysts for day trades and swing trades. We have 9,425 people in there. Let's go. Let's get to 10,000 soon. So, if you want to come and hang out and be a part of the Case Trades Premium Discord, you have two options. Option one, you can make money and leave, or option number two, you can make money and stay. Either way, you're going to make money. That's about it. I mean, it's either make money and you leave or make money and you stay. Um, but all jokes aside, I do encourage everybody to find a good trading community. It is one of the best things you can ever do. It helped me a lot getting involved in trading communities. So I do encourage everybody find a community that does work and fit for you. If it's my community, it's my community. It's fantastic. If it's not, then it's not. But go find one is what I'm telling you. Everybody should go find a good trading community. Get around a bunch of other amazing traders. You hang out with nine amazing traders, you're going to be the 10th, right? Um, so I highly encourage everybody to do so. And if it is my community, then absolutely amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a few more discount codes of the KC50, which takes it from 69.99 to 50 flat for life every single month with that discount code. So let me go ahead and drop that. Put that in the comment section because that is now active. All right, there it is. So if you do want to come hang out with the KC Trades Premium Discord team, you can use code KC50 in my store. It is going to be this link right here. That is wap.com/KCTrades. That is my store. That is where everything that I have that has access to my Discord. You can get access to MMK algo. You can get access to KC algo. I'm currently working on a new script right now, which will be free to all traders. I actually had ChatGPT build this the other day live on stream with everybody for signaling my favorite reversals of all time at the tops and at the bottoms when specific areas are hit. And it actually worked out very well and matched up with the trade that we were looking at on Friday session. And I was like, man, it'd be cool to have, an indicator, an algo like alert that for me. So I went to Chat GPT, told it what I wanted, and it worked. There's a few other things I need to fix on it. So we're going to get that working hopefully on the back end within the next week, but I'm going to be releasing another indicator out soon. And I think it's going to be a good one. Very excited about that. So, but you can use code KC50. Come hang out, Premium Discord, see if it's a place for you. We have fun every single day. Again, live streaming, live trading, live teaching every single day. If you can't be on the live stream, I have an alert channel, just like all my other guys in there, where I send exactly what I just took. SPY 688 calls February 23rd at a buck 28, trimming at a buck 50, whatever, all that normal shit. And you get the notifications from the Discord channels and stuff like that as well. So if you want to come hang out, I just create a few more codes for that. You can go ahead and use that in the store and they should work. It should work. Someone said, how often do you trade? Are you a day trader more longer? I trade every single day. Every single day I trade. I day trade, I swing trade, I long-term invest. I'm selling credit spreads. I have covered calls and cash secured puts on specific stocks for ones that I own equity in. I have everything. I have a long-term account channel where I post everything for what I'm holding for my shares. And then when I sell covered calls and cash secured puts, I do that in there. And then in my main channel where I trade at, I do day trade, I do swing trade, and then I have another specific channel for my smaller account for where I'm actively day trading SPY every single day. I then have two other alert analyst who also day trade and swing trade. One of them is solely for swing trading. And then I have a futures guy as well. So we have it all. We have it all. Case you're still holding your Rivian shares as it continues to bleed, of course. I own it at $12. I sold a lot over 20 bucks, but now I sell covered calls against them when it goes down. And then when it goes under 12 bucks, I sell cash secure puts. Someone in the premium Discord asking me about my Rivian position. Bang, bang. All right, guys. That's it for me. Love and appreciate you all. Again, premium Discord team for watching the stream. I will see you guys live over there in the morning for the trading session for tomorrow. Let's have an amazing